Hi, my name's Erin Davidson, and I am the screenwriter for Legs, and I also was in Legs. I acted in it.
So I've got to start with, you came up with this idea while you were in school.
Yeah.
How did it happen? What got you on this kind of idea?
Well, obviously I was feeling a little trapped at that time in my life, and but what happened was I found this picture of a prosthetic leg that Alexander McQueen had designed, and I thought, oh, that's really cool that they're turning, it's like a sculpture that people can wear on their bodies. They're turning a bad thing, which is not having a leg, into a good thing by making it art. And then I also thought, man, I bet that leg costs like at least $1 million, which is screwed up because they're banking off someone's disability, which I mean, I know that that's commonplace, but I don't know. And I kind of, the wheels started rolling, and I had an assignment to write a play at that time, so I just started writing.
Did you get to perform it? Was it ever performed as a play?
It was performed at my college, I think 3 times, so just in front of the theater department. And then it went on at the Dark Horse Theater. It ran twice, and I think it was performed 4 times there in Nashville, Tennessee.
So when did you transfer it to a script, and how did it become associated with the film?
I went to school with a girl named Maddie, and Maddie had done this one-person show, and she had incorporated film, like a little stop-motion film, into her one-person show. So it was a mixture of her film and her acting. And so Maddie was really into film, and she read my script, and she said, hey, I love this. Would you mind if I... Well, she said, first, would you mind if I put it on in the Dark Horse Theater? And I said, of course, I don't mind. And then she said... Later on, she said, would you mind if I made this into a short film? And I said, of course I wouldn't mind. That would be awesome. And me and her kind of worked together. We talked about what worked and what didn't work. For example, we were saying amputations in the script instead of, I think we were saying prosthetics instead of, and Maddie changed that to installments because we didn't want to be ableist. So we just had to change around some of the words to just, I guess, be more politically correct.
So how did you guys come up with the installments, like the actual pieces and what y'all were thinking of? Like, where did you brainstorm other ideas from the original play, or like what came to mind when you're thinking this is what we'll use, this is what the look we're going for?
That was all Maddie. Maddie, I wrote it for the stage, and my playwriting teacher, she said, this is super low budget. You really don't want more than 4 characters in your play because that's going to be way too big of a cast. You want a small, low-budget play that it has no scene changes. Everything takes place in the same set and with a minimal amount of characters. And so I'm sorry, I totally lost my train of thought.
Well, like, how did y'all come up with the idea?
Oh, the idea for the installments. Yeah. So when I wrote it, I was thinking, it would be so tacky on stage. Like, I mean, literally like paper or aluminum foil wrapped around someone's legs. And it would work because it's a comedy. It's a dark comedy. And Maddie had the idea, I guess, to use liquid latex and paint that on the legs and then put like gems and stuff, which you could see it in the movie. Yeah. It looks hilarious.
As far as being able to see it now as a short, is there hopes to turn in anything more? Is there ideas about maybe a series? Like, what's come about from... Because, I mean, you've already transformed it once.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's hard for me to envision it as a full-length play, full-length film, because I have known it as a short for such a long time. And, I mean, if somebody approached me and was like, I really want to make this into a feature-length film, I mean, of course I would start working on it. But I think it works as something short, and I think it works especially on stage because it was originally a play, and it's short, it's sweet, gets to the point, and it has a great message.
What's it being able to showcase it here at a festival that showcases women filmmakers, women writers? Hopefully, in the future it'll be obsolete. We don't need to showcase, but right now it's obviously important, and it's hopefully successful. What's it like being a part of that? It's
really, really exciting. I moved to Dallas a year ago, and I haven't, and I used to be really involved with theater in Tennessee, and I really haven't gotten into anything like that here. And so when I found out about this and when I got involved in this, I was like, this is great. Like, I'm going to meet other creative people, other people that are into the arts. And and then on top of that, it's just so cool. Well, Maddie wanted the film to be completely all female cast and crew. There is one male character, so it's kind of tweaked. So there is one male in the cast, but it was all female cast and crew, with that one exception. And so I thought it was perfect for this film festival. I mean, it's like all female, and then it's got this feminist message if you want to interpret it that way. And so I think this is really cool. I'm honored. I'm really honored.
Well, I don't want to jump in too much about the feminist theory, but I do like what you were saying. Can you kind of being trapped and getting to the heart of that being your original idea?
Exactly.
Can you expand on that?
It's, you know, in the film and play, it's about this girl that's being forced to modify her body to fit society's standards. But I mean, it's more than that. It's like by modifying her body, she's inhibiting her movement, and she wants to be an athlete. She wants to be a swimmer. And so it's when this is happening to her, when she's getting her legs removed, it's good. She's not going to be able to swim anymore. She's not going to be able to do what she loves. And I feel like, you know, my family's really cool, and they've never pressured me to do anything. And I've never really felt pressured, but I feel a lot of times when I make decisions, it's like one door opens and a ton of, like 10 other doors close. And in that sense, I've always felt really trapped because I'm forced to make decisions. I don't know, it's kind of philosophical. But
I love that. Yeah. So cool. Well, I've got to ask, how has this changed your writing? Are you still writing plays, or are you expanding on different ideas? Are you writing scripts?
I've written a couple of scripts since then. I wrote one about mental illness, and then I have a couple other ones that are like 15-minute plays. They're short, sweet. And I've thought about writing more. I just haven't. I don't know. I have the excuse all the time where I just don't. Nothing's popped into my mind or this, that. So I need to start writing again. But it's legs, I guess, having people read my stuff and watch my stuff. It's so cool, especially as a writer, because I feel like there's so many other people that are so much more, they write so much more than me. Like my best friend, Tia Terrell, she is like a prolific writer. I mean, she is starting a new short story every day, and she only just got something published in a literary magazine. And it's just crazy. It's really humbling as a writer to have your stuff being recognized and having people talk about it. You know, it's starting conversation. That's a really cool experience. It's an amazing experience. It's just exciting.
Very cool. Well, I've got to ask, where can we find out more about Legs, and then about you, social media, anything like that? I have an Instagram if anyone wants to contact me. I really don't have a website or anything. Legs does have a Facebook page. If you just search Legs short film on Facebook, we would love if you followed it. And for me, I mean, if you want to contact me, if you want to read any of my scripts, I'd be happy to share them with anyone that wants to read them. The easiest way to contact me would be over my Instagram. It's public. It's Tiny the Chick. I love that. Very cool. Well, thank you for chatting with us, and so glad you're able to, come here to Dallas, but also to bring the film to the festival.
Thank you.